Just give me 1 second before we start the actual video. In this one I'm gonna show you the best strategy for sudden death. I know not everyone wants to see a 50-minute long video, that's why I'm having a table of contents in the description to get you quickly to the most important parts. However, I'm giving you a lot more tips during the whole video, and in some situations the battle became purely insane. So that's why I recommend to watch it in full length. Hello, what's up guys, the boss here, welcome back to a brand new video here on my channel, and today, after a long time, we are going to check out sudden death, and I have today a special strategy for you, which is basically combining all the strategies I've shown you in separate arenas inside of my videos in one big strategy we are gonna use today here inside of sudden death. So we're gonna aim not for just 100 or 500 kills, but we're gonna go for the magical number, which is 1000 kills, and I think that's one of the best scores you can get here so far in League 5, and in respect to my tower levels, it's definitely a record, I would say. But let me show you my loadout first before we hop into it, and each of the towers and ammo and troops and so forth has a special reason, so I highly recommend to use the same loadout if you want to achieve a good score. So we're gonna take with us the Mortar, Flamethrower, Honeygun, Furry Skull, Huntress, Snowball and Tame. And before we hop now straight into the battle, I just want to inform you that it took me quite a while to develop this strategy and also to optimize it for everyone. So I started developing it 3 weeks ago, I guess, and the reason why it takes so long is because playtime is incredibly high. I need like 1 hour to just play around and see if the Highscore or the strategy works out quite well, and therefore I had to put in a lot of effort and a lot of time to bring you this update. So I'd appreciate if you would give this video a thumb up, because then I know you're appreciating what I'm doing for you guys. And without further ado, let's start with the battle, and I'm gonna start explaining first of all what I'm gonna do right here. So I already mentioned that we are basically combining a lot of strategies in this loadout. So we're gonna use grouping, we're gonna create a loop, we're gonna place troops inside of sudden death, and we're gonna reverse the maze, and that's basically very the key to success inside of this strategy. And I'm quite surprised that we actually use familiar towers like the Mortar and the Honeygun, especially inside of this loadout, because after the 2.1 update you all knew or experienced it in the same way as I did, that the tower was not that useful anymore, but actually inside of this strategy it works out again quite well, which is pretty nice. So I also mentioned that this battle is gonna be very long, and I'm expecting it to reach 1000 kills. It's gonna be 2 hours long, which is completely insane time-wise. So yeah, it's gonna be an intense and long battle, and the major weakness of this layout is basically that at some point you're losing concentration and focus of the match, so that's why you're most often losing. But I've also built into this strategy some mechanisms which may prevent that or can help you to survive a little bit longer, even though you messed up actually. And you can see we are just building here our maze, and yeah, don't focus too much on the troops so far, but after this magical wave 15, which is completely brutal with the 3 or 2 mini bosses, it's gonna get a lot more intense. So far we're just gonna focus on building our maze and placing our towers, and afterwards, yeah, it's gonna get a lot more intense, and I really need to focus from that point onwards. But so far, of course, everything is pretty easy, and we can see how we are gonna perform here in the future. So how I'm structuring this video is like, I'm first of all showing you how I'm setting up my basic tower placements and everything, and then once we started to create a loop for the troops and everything, I think I'm just gonna show you the highlights, because yeah, I'm not quite sure if anyone wants to see me 2 hours doing looping, or like 1 hour just sending the troops in a circle, and I think that's not that entertaining at all. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know yet how I'm gonna structure this video in particular. That's just an indication, because as you know, it's gonna be probably more than 2 hours long, at least the gameplay, and therefore it's quite hard to see how I'm actually gonna handle that in the end. But yeah, next boss wave should come in very soon, and so far it actually looks kind of good. If you have a look at the kills and wave ratio, I always think like you should have the waves times 10. My English is very bad today. Times 10, and this should be, then the kill score should be higher than that. So 90. The score of 90 is of course below 150 kills, so this indicates that we are having a good start into the match. But you can see already like the mini bosses are getting pretty brutal, and it's not gonna get easier. And thanks to this strategy, I actually managed to get above 1000 kills, because without it my towers level would never manage it without that way of doing, basically. Because I also could see on YouTube, for example, other videos where people in lower leagues managed to get 800 kills, but they did it in like 30 minutes, and for me it's gonna take approximately 1 hour. And there you can see also the difference in difficulty between League 1 and League 5, for example. Alright, so I hope we're gonna get here a couple more grunts, because of course grunts are giving us most kills and most gears at the same time, so they are helping us a lot to progress through the waves. And therefore we need them, especially before the next mini-boss wave is gonna come in, because the mini-boss wave is gonna already demand everything from us. So we're gonna use the furry skull, we're gonna use ammunition, we're gonna use Tane already, and that's already happening in wave 15, and we're probably aiming for a higher wave than 17 in order to get on the or to reach the 1000 kills benchmark. So yeah, it'll be a struggle, I can guarantee that for sure. Alright, so we're gonna place here already our mortars, and then I think we're just gonna start upgrading here the flamethrowers. So the flamethrowers are actually the reason why I'm able to handle this massive boss wave, which is apparently appearing into more waves. Unfortunately, we're having here grunts, so this is giving us some more additional gears. We can upgrade our towers very easily, or place new towers. That's actually what we're gonna do at the moment. And yeah, so I think we're doing pretty fine so far, and have the resources available to actually survive that wave pretty easily. But of course that's gonna show itself also in or after this wave of heavy soldiers. I actually hope for a grunt wave again, because of course they give us some additional gears and therefore some additional firing power against the mini bosses. But it looks like we're having a larger wave of heavy soldiers, which is why I cannot complain at all. And now we gotta pay attention. So now I gotta focus, guys, because it's gonna be pretty intense. I hope Tane is gonna make it there in time, and it looks like that. So first of all, once we see the mini boss appearing, we're gonna drop the snowball, we're gonna have Tane's ability ready, and that's for the reason that we wanna group up here the mini bosses, which work perfectly. I hope there's not another mini boss, there is another mini boss coming in, and you can see I'm using already the furry skull, because otherwise we're not gonna be able to survive this one. And you can see the honey guns are actually doing quite a decent job by pumping honey into the arena all the time, so this is quite effective. Let's retreat with our hero to make sure that it's not gonna get killed. Let's freeze those guys. Press on the furry skull, use the ability of Tane, and this should be the end for the mini bosses, at least I hope so, without investing further gears into it. And our Tane is unfortunately gonna die. We would have needed him for the next wave, because the next wave isn't easier than this one, but I assume we need to use the furry skull here again, and their heavy soldiers are coming in. So now you can see the struggle is going to start, but we're doing quite fine by placing here with the maze setup in general, so everything looks quite nice. And yeah, we can see how that's gonna turn out here in the end. So let's use here the furry skull, because otherwise we would probably die, and I don't want to invest any gears in reversing the troops' path, because we need all of the gears. We basically focus now on completing the loop as soon as possible, because that's of course the most important thing. And there we go, grunts are coming in, and we're gonna use the snowball right away to group them up. So there we go, there you can see already that we're focusing pretty much on grouping them, and that's basically why Tane is so important, because he helps tremendously doing that. and so far I think we are again doing pretty nice. We're about to exceed the 200 kill score, which is also pretty awesome, and we should be able to handle them without using or without the need of the furry skull at all. So let's use the ability right here. We missed one, but that's not too much of a problem. We're having here the flamethrower, which we're gonna upgrade. We're gonna upgrade here as well the honey gun, and so far we are again fine. So you can see it's again pretty close, and here, since the troops are always gonna get to the end of our defense lines, so we always need to work with Tane the whole time. And this is pretty much the challenge, and this is also why it's so important to stay focused until the end, because I said earlier that I basically mess up every time because I'm not focused enough, and this is because I let Tane die basically to the approaching troops. But as long as we are handling the troops well, we shouldn't have a problem at all. So let's place here another flamethrower. And we should be ready here for the next wave, and we exceeded the score of 200 kills after 8 minutes, which is still not looking too bad, but considering that this will extend the time will basically will be up to 2 hours, I'm sorry, once we reach to 1000 kills. It's a major difference and a huge increase in difficulty in general. Fortunately, however, we don't get any mini-boss waves here anymore, otherwise we would have had a huge issue, I think. And yeah, so we're still just grouping them up all together with Tane, and we are just gonna continue placing here some more towers. And yeah, that should do it for this grunt wave, and hopefully we're gonna get another grunt wave. Actually, it looks at the moment quite nice that we're getting a lot of them, because that's of course helping us a lot to build some more defenses. And now we can actually finalize our loop, which is pretty nice, because then we can go into the highlights and skip through the waves a little bit more quicker. But let's see, so heavy soldiers are gonna come in, and they're gonna be already quite a challenge, so we need to work with Tane now a little bit more focused. So let's see what we're gonna do. So we're always stunning those guys right in the beginning, because then their group start to group up already there, and a larger number of troops will take damage already, which is exactly what I'm aiming for. Let's use the ability again, and therefore I think also Tane is in PvP at least the most effective hero, because his ability works similar to the snowball. And you can see as well I'm having here the snowball as well, and therefore I can easily group them all up without having any problems, except if pirate lasts are coming in. They're the real challenge here, and they're the real problem, to be honest. You don't die with the strategy to heavy soldiers or grunts, you only die to pirate lasses. And there we go, another round of heavy soldiers. Actually, I was hoping for more grunts, but I think it's not Christmas yet, so yeah, I cannot hope for too much, I guess. So let's see what's gonna happen right now. We are gonna stun them again and start building here or finalizing our maze, and you can see exactly how I'm doing that to create the loop. So here you can see the first approach to the first stages for my loop, which I'm gonna build here. And we just need to close this part, and then the loop is basically done in general. And then of course we're gonna upgrade everything, and then I'm gonna show you in the end where you can place as well your huntresses, because at some point you're gonna start sitting on gears, because the map is completely occupied with towers, and of course then you're wasting defensive power, and that's not the best thing to do here, especially if you're going for high rounds. You want to have the most firing power onto the map, so that you can defeat everything that is approaching you very fast and without any problems. So grunts, that's a very good thing, of course, that we're having grunts again. I love grunts, and we are gonna be able to finish here our loop. That is pretty nice. After 22 rounds and 12 minutes playing, our loop is done, but of course we don't want to use the loop right now. And because we just want to save gears to maximize basically our tower power and place as soon as possible also the Huntresses, so we are basically in desperate need for gears all the time. And there we also could see my Tane got killed, so that's not optimal because I don't know which wave is gonna come in afterwards, and therefore that poses a threat to my high score attempt here today. So hopefully no pirate lasses, heavy soldiers are still fine with me. And I think we can start upgrading here our towers, which is basically the next step you should do. I got now here 3 times in a row grunts, which is perfect, guys. I'm loving this right now. It's turning out actually quite nice. You can see I could upgrade here already my towers on level 2, all of them, all the mortars at least, and some of them already on level 3. So everything is running according to plan and perfectly. I had already way worse rounds where you basically just got all the time pirate lasses, which is kind of annoying because pirate lasses always require that you need to use the furry skull all the time. And in this scenario right here, we're actually being pretty lucky, so I'm actually quite confident that we're gonna make it to the 1000 kills if I'm of course not messing up because of concentration issues or something like that. But I think the risk of failing so far is pretty low, so I'm very confident and excited, of course, once we reach the 1000 kills, because that's of course also my personal high score in general, so I never achieved that before, and I think that's also for a couple of you guys the first time that you're seeing how that's gonna happen. But here we have pirate lasses coming in at the same time. I was actually speaking quite optimistic about this round because you can see pirate lasses, they're kind of hard to beat. That's still nicely formulated. And especially in the later rounds, they will be the real struggle here, as I said before. And now I invested too much into upgrading. Actually, that was not smart. I actually warned you that you should not invest everything you have into upgrading at the same time, especially if pirate lasses are coming in. So I think we gotta reverse the maze, but at some point we anyways would have been it would have been necessary to do so because we needed to place here still a honey gun, and there we go. Pirate lass goes down, and next round can come with heavy soldiers, and heavy soldiers, as you know, are not a problem at the moment. Alright guys, we're about to hit the 400 kills right now, and I managed to upgrade almost every tower here on the map. I'm just not upgrading here the honey gun and this honey gun right here, because those are the ones I need to place and replace all the time because I want to create the loop. But besides of that, we're again, like I said, at the moment still doing pretty fine right here, since now all towers are upgraded, so we're having maximum firing power here onto the map. And now the next step right here is getting basically, or saving up at least 60 gears. And because at some point during looping you're just investing a lot of gears into doing that, and we just want to have a backup so that we don't need to sell any towers at any time. And after we have more than 60 gears, we can easily place here some troops, and I'm gonna show you in a second how I'm gonna do that as well, because this is basically revolutionary, I think, this whole idea behind the placement and why I placed them there, and it's gonna be pretty amazing, and I hope you're also looking forward to that, because this is basically the emergency mechanism I built in here if you're messing up with one troop and that one starts to accelerate. And yeah, we're gonna get to that in a second, I assume, depending on how fast we can proceed now, and if we're gonna get a lot more gears through the grunts, or if we're start to struggle with incoming pyroglass waves in general. But actually we can place here another mortar. Alright, so now we have exceeded the 60 gears we have to have in our back pocket, and now we can start placing here our huntresses, and that's exactly what we're gonna do, and we're gonna place them all here inside of this corner right there, because that has a specific reason. You can see how the maze is formed right here, so it's just a straight line, not a zigzag form, which it supposedly should be, but thanks to that we actually can prevent the Pirate Lass's shots through that, since they are being too far away from our Huntresses. So in most cases they will ignore them, and therefore we are not gonna lose our troops to them, which is pretty nice. So we can build up here some additional defensive power, and also later on, in case that happens, I can show you as well how we are going to deal with Pirate Lasses or troops in general, which are just speeding up because we misplaced a tower somewhere, or if something similar is taking place, because then we can use them as well. And now, just to be on the safe side again, we're gonna sell this tower, and this should be the end here for the heavy soldiers. Alright, so another group. Oh, that was a misplacement right there. That was pretty close, guys. I told you already, it's all about focusing, and there you could see already small mistakes can screw you over right away. So fortunately I realized that here early enough, and now we can proceed like we are used to through the waves. And another very stupid thing I realized was that I actually forgot to upgrade the mortar. You can see in my loadout that I actually had it ready. I also saved up the gears over the past couple of days specifically for this video to upgrade the mortar, so that we can that we might be able to exceed a better score. But apparently, yeah, I completely messed it up. I cannot explain it to myself how that actually was possible. How can you forget to upgrade a tower? Because the level 10 mortar upgrade is actually very significant. This would mean, because due to the increased range, the mortars would affect already also other lanes here. For example, you can see this mortar is not hitting here this lane, and on a higher level it actually would do that. So we're missing out on some fighting power right here, which is very unfortunate. And yeah, now since I already started this video and we're playing it already for quite long, like 30 minutes are already passed, I don't want to start all over again. This wouldn't make any sense. So we're just trying to do our best right now with everything we get. And as I'm speaking of it, we're basically now very much at a disadvantage. Pirate Lasses are coming in, and the flamethrowers are the only effective way to handle them. But to be effective, they all need to be grouped up, and that's apparently not the case. So we'll need to use a emergency mechanism right now to make sure that we're not gonna take any damage. So we're gonna stun those guys, remove our Tane over here, remove this mortar, and you can see right now everyone is just clustering up except for that one Pirate Lass over there. So we're gonna do that very quickly. Place here our tower, and there we also could see that one Pirate Lass is speeding up. So everything is going wrong. What could go wrong? And now we are having a huge problem, and that's why I always recommend to have some of the Huntresses or some gears in the back pocket, because otherwise you're gonna have huge issues. And apparently the Pirate Lass is gonna cause more problem than I expected it to be, but we were able to manage to survive this wave right now, and this is exactly how it's supposed to be. Now unfortunately we suffered a huge backdrop here in terms of gears, because we had to invest a lot. Our Huntresses went down because we had to send in that Pirate Lass to this spot where all our Huntresses are placed. And there we go, another Pirate Lass wave. So things are getting now very much intense, and we are just about to cross the 500 kill benchmark. So things are not looking pretty good, but we can still send that mortar over there to make sure that they're still all grouping up. So this is the most important thing, so that we can basically make use of the splash damage of the Pirate Lasses, of the mortars. And now we gotta be quick again. Now everything's gotta go right, so we're gonna stun those guys right here. Pirate Lass is gonna move in. We're gonna place there our honey gun, the next one right here, and there we go. That went almost perfectly. However, of course, we would have needed Tane here right in the beginning and a snowball, which we haven't had. So, and now Tane also went down, so things don't look that good anymore as it did just a couple minutes earlier. So we need now grunts. We definitely need grunts. And you can see now how useful it is to have some gears in the back pockets, because otherwise we would have suffered here already our death our defeat basically. So let's see what's gonna come up next. I'm betting for grunts, and there we go, grunts are coming in, and that's exactly what we need to restock our gears. Another pirate last wave. Guys, this is again ridiculous now. After I was so happy about the grunt waves, now pirate lasts again, so now we gotta stay focused so that we don't suffer too much damage or need to invest so many gears in reversing the maze, building the loop, and so whatsoever. So the good news is that I fortunately had Tane ready and the snowballs, so this helps us here a lot to pile them up. But here again I'm messing up, guys. What's wrong with me today? This is not what's supposed to happen. And apparently also the pirate lasses are not very much grouped up, so we're gonna use here Tane's ability, we're gonna use here the snowball and replace here the towers. Alright, and this time fortunately everything went way better than before, so we haven't had to struggle that much as we did before, which is pretty nice. And now let's use Tane right here. We're gonna group them up at this spot, place here our mortar and sail this part right here. And I think we don't need to build another loop, so I can basically close this part right here. And Tane died again, so Tane is really like providing me with a headache since this guy is just dying all the time against pirate lasses. And if now another pirate lass wave comes in, then I'm really getting a headache here, and it's heavy soldiers, at least that's better than pirate lasses, so everything again in the optimal way. So we are just gonna group them up again, and that's our overall procedure right here, and this is how we are going to do it, guys. Now we are gonna play something risky here, and we're not gonna create a loop, but we're gonna reverse the maze. So that way we don't need to invest a lot of gears, because we don't need to replace and buy new towers right here. We just need to do that once with this tower right here. And sometimes it can get quite hectic because the troops won't die anymore because the towers are too weak. And therefore sometimes it's a good solution and sometimes not. You just need to develop a feeling for that. And the same thing counts for the pirate lasses, which are coming in again. So now this time I'm gonna focus, guys. Let's do it. Alright, this was pretty close, but still it worked, and we're hopefully gonna be able to get them into one group without the need to sell here the mortar. And that's why we're gonna save up this time the snowball here for those parts right down here, because this means that they will all group up. But it looks already very good, so this time it won't be a problem at all. So we're gonna place here our snowball, we'll use here our honey gun, so this part, and now we are gonna use the hero's ability, place here our honey gun, and this one was really perfect. So that's how you're supposed to do it if you really want to achieve a good score here inside of sudden death. And I already said it in one of the earlier updates that like in the update videos where I just introduced you to the updates, that the honey gun actually makes a comeback in this version, and I see that right now here as well. I haven't found a use in any other arena that much as in sudden death right now, but it looks very good. And now we can also start placing here some more huntresses again to make sure that we are getting some more additional defensive power, as those pirate lasses should go down. If they're not gonna go down, that's a problem, but they went down, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. And another wave of pirate lasses, so things are getting here again very intense, and we're just getting a lot of pirate lass waves lately, so that's of course very unfavorable, because of course we need to reverse the maze and we're just gonna get stressed by those guys. But yeah, we will be able to handle them, that's for sure, as long as Tane survives. Alright, let's use the ability right here. We're gonna have the snowball once they make it to the huntresses. So we can sell here the mortar and place here our snowball. And you can see the pirate lasses are not able to shoot at them, which is pretty nice. So that's exactly what I was aiming for a spot where you can place troops in a very effective way, but in a way that still the pirate lasses won't take them out, because then if the pirate lasses are taking them out, then then you will lose at some point a lot of gears because they're getting so incredibly strong. But here of course we are in a good position to defend that. So let's continue, let's place here something. We're gonna use the hero's ability right now. Sell this part, close here this entrance, and here we are gonna wait to see what's gonna happen. I think we gotta reverse the maze. I don't want to be greedy right now and just send those girls back. And you can see already like the flamethrowers struggle to take them out, but yeah, we still are able to take them out. And that's basically how you proceed through all the waves. It's just about focusing all the time. You can see I'm already 40 minutes into battle and mistakes already happened, although I played this layout already for quite a while, like I said 3 months or something like that, where I practice it. And still mistakes are occurring, but that's of course after such a long play time, it's of course just pre-programmed that something like this is happening. Guys, we just crossed the 600 kills checkpoint, so we are making good progress. 44 minutes already into battle, and I'm still alive. That's how it's supposed to be. But we're having here a Grunt sprinting now a little bit faster, but he goes down as well. So after 46 rounds, you're approximately reaching the 600 kills benchmark, which is pretty nice. And we're just gonna continue grinding our way towards the 1000 kills, but it's still, like I said, a long way to go. A lot can go wrong, especially if I'm not focused, and especially if we're looking at the mistakes I already did today. But if everything runs well, of course we're gonna make it to 1000 kills, and I of course have something to celebrate, and obviously you too, since we are having here a very good layout, which I think we can call it to be the most effective strategy right now here in Sudden Death for League 5. Because I don't know of any other strategy so far which is comparable in terms of efficiency and effectiveness than this one. Because it offers so many different ways to deal with the approaching waves and still has some backups, like removing here the mortar or placing here Huntresses and let troops which are starting to accelerate because they're mad run into them, so they stop them. So everything is pretty well planned right here, and like I said, 3 months is 3 weeks is a very long time, and I could very well evaluate what's working well and what's not, and improve based on that everything. So loop is being created again, everything perfectly here against the heavy soldiers, and this should be it for wave 46. I think we don't need to invest that much energy again into them, as they're already at pretty low health. So that's pretty nice, and therefore we can place here immediately our other mortar, close here or open that path and just create our original maze again. Oof. This is intense, guys. This is really intense. Alright, the next benchmark has been reached right now, guys. We have reached 702 kills after 1 hour and 4 minutes. And this is already quite insane. I've been in this battle for over 1 hour, and we are still aren't even close to the 1000 kills, which is of course our goal today. And you can see I've piled up here quite a big army of pirate lasses, which is also quite nice, since we have some additional firing power against them. And now you can also see that basically the whole room is getting filled up right here, but this also means that the Huntresses here on these sides will get closer to get hit by the pirate lasses when they come in. So at some point we gotta stop placing them, since we don't want to lose our our Huntresses to the pirate lasses shots. So we'll just place like 5 more Huntresses, and then we are just gonna see if the pirate lasses are gonna be able to hit them. If they are gonna hit them, we won't place any new Huntresses, and if they are not gonna be able to hit them, then we can place some more Huntresses. So we make that fully dependent on that one, in order to optimize here our gear spending, because later on we want to have a lot of gears as well to basically be able to create more loops for the incoming troops. Since of course you can see those troops are getting stronger, and this is already like the second loop I'm having with those guys. so they're pretty pesky and getting quite strong. So yeah, it'll be kind of interesting to see how the troops will be after 1000 kills and how often we need to loot them until we can actually take out one wave completely. But of course that's still a little bit further ahead of us, so we better focus right here on the present and not on the future, cause here right now we cannot afford any mistakes. But it looks like we're still doing fine, and so far, fortunately for me, there were no major occurrences happening which basically threatened my goal here today. So let's see how that's gonna work out. Hopefully those heavy soldiers are gonna go down, yes. And I'm praying right now to the God of Survival Arena that we are gonna get some more grunts, because I haven't seen those guys in a while. And there we go, grunts are coming in, which is perfect. So now we basically will just play some more Huntresses and wait until the Pirate Lasses come in to see if we are having the option to play some more or not. So again, Pirate Lasses are coming in, and we'll see right now in just a second if they're gonna take out the Huntresses or not. I assume some of them will be taken out here, because we're having a lot of them here right next to the maze lane. Therefore, I'm not too optimistic when it comes to that. However, I think the rest should be fine. So from this point onwards, we just need to focus on getting a lot of gears the whole time, so that we can stack up later on, or yeah, increase the looping time basically. And now I better focus, but it didn't look like that a lot of those guys got taken out, so actually it's right the perfect amount, I assume, of Huntresses being placed there. So everything looks still the same as before, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, I'm not gonna play some more Pirate Lasses anyways, because I think at some point Huntresses anyways, because I think at some point the now I'm getting confused. The Huntresses will take out the Pirate Lasses will take out the Huntresses at some point, and we gotta be prepared for that. So let's sell this part. And now you can see also that I'm double looping here the approaching Pirate Lasses, because they're just too massive. And there we could see one of the Huntresses got taken out, and a few of them are just taking damage, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And now I was talking too much, so we gotta reverse the maze. This is not optimal, because now they're getting a lot faster and they're still having a lot of health. So I think I gotta activate the Furry Skull because of that, simply to make sure that we won't lose to them. I don't want to lose right now. We are playing already for over 1 hour and 19 minutes, so this would be like a shame to die right now, seriously. You cannot even see the milliseconds anymore on the screen, which is also purely insane. So let's... Oh, we stopped that Pirate Lass perfectly, and there we go, we are in round 61, approaching the 800 kills checkpoint right now. What was that? I accidentally sold here a mortar. Are you kidding me? This almost... actually that wouldn't have caused an issue, because... Alright, because that part is still closed, so that wouldn't have caused any harm to me. But guys, I was just shocked for a second, seriously, like, because of something like that messing up the sudden death gameplay. That would be horrible, trust me. So let's get things together again and focus, I would say, because we're still away from the... We're approximately 40 minutes away from the 1000 kills. And what is this guy doing? Why is he speeding up? Alright, now we gotta reverse the maze. This is unfortunate. Alright. This guy just somehow bugged and therefore accelerated. We're fortunately having still some of the Furry Skull left, but this is not looking good, guys. Why are so many things going wrong right now? In my previous gameplays everything went so smooth and nothing happened, and right now here in this gameplay everything starts to go wrong. Alright, so now we're gonna open up this part right here, cause this heavy soldier still has massive amount of health left. Alright, he went down and everything looks fine right now. I could fortunately save myself right here. But, what is this? Okay, he went down. Alright. And Pirate Lass is right afterwards. Guys, this is really like, I almost can't handle this. This is like getting too much. Ooh, this tension. I'm getting scared way too often right now because of course I won't ever record again such a marathon right here like I'm doing right now. So if I'm not gonna reach here the 1000 kills today, I'm gonna freak out, definitely. Alright, so let's focus again. We're gonna open up this path. Everything is moving together, which is perfect. Let's use the hero's ability right now. Focus, block this path, freeze them. Whew. Time to take a deep breath right now. Alright, let's use the ability again. So you can see I'm all the time just using the ability to make sure that they're sticking together, but also to make sure that the towers get some more additional seconds right here to shoot at them. And I actually got lucky here that I still saved up some of the furry skull, because without the furry skull this would have ended badly with the heavy soldiers just a second ago. So let's freeze all of those guys. Let's open this part. So this one. Alright. And now we're gonna have to act close. Fast. Alright, so let's put. So this, alright. And this Pirate Lass is speeding up. Why is this Pirate Lass speeding up? This is ridiculous. So now my Huntresses again have to step in. I never made so many mistakes in a sudden death match. That's absurd, guys. Alright, let's retreat with our hero. Hopefully the Huntresses will be able to take them out. Otherwise I'm gonna be screwed. But it looks like it. That's at least a good thing. We're gonna... That's getting close again. Why is this battle so intense? I never had such an intense battle in my life, guys. Pirate Lass went down. See, that's why I built in this mechanism that there are Huntresses who are stopping them. But now we lost again so many gears because of that first debugging heavy soldier, and now like the Pirate Lass, which is going crazy just because it's not going her way. Reminds me of my ex-girlfriend, but hopefully we're gonna be able to take that one out without reversing the maze. Come on, guys, I have faith in you. Nope, that's a disappointment. Alright, now she got taken out. We're gonna remove our hero right here, and grunts are coming in. Thank God. Thank the God of Survival Arena, guys. I'm starting to sweat, literally. This is getting intense, and we're playing already 1 hour and 26 minutes, having 800 kills, and we're still not done yet. So if I'm not gonna get gray hair afterwards, I don't know what else is going on. And Tane is going down. Alright, after 90 minutes, I think, like I told you, concentration is fading at some point. This is just insane. After 90 minutes just looping, you're getting just too overconfident, and then you're starting to do mistakes. I think I gotta do a break at some point, because maybe we are also exceeding the score of 2 hours, and that long playtime without any break is just ridiculous. But we'll see. So far nothing has been decided. Alright, once again Pirate Lasses, and this time it's supposed to go perfectly, alright? So I'm focusing right now, and we'll handle this appropriately. Alright, so we are using Tane again to group them up. That's of course logical after everything I showed you. But yeah, we just need to pay attention that none of those Pirate Lasses is speeding up, and we're basically creating the loop just in time. So let's see, we lost already quite a huge amount of Huntresses, unfortunately. So we gotta be prepared right here. And we're gonna prepare with our hero as well and his ability. So now we can close... No, we can't. One of them is speeding up again. I just said it. This is just horrible, guys. Horribly played. And this Pirate Lass is gonna run into our group. Alright. Let's use the Fairy Skull. We're gonna freeze this Pirate Lass. Create here another maze. We're gonna use our hero as well. Let's place here some more. And now we gotta be ready here with the hero's ability. I think we're gonna be able to take out the Pirate Lass right here. So that's gonna be a challenge. We're placing here some more Pirate Lasses and we took that one out. Guys, I'm freaking out. Seriously, this is just brutal what Survival Arena is doing here with me. Just too many Pirate Lasses speeding up. We definitely need some grunts right now, otherwise we're screwed. Otherwise we are definitely screwed. You can see I invested so many gears already. So we gotta sell here this part. Gotta be quick right now. What am I doing? Oof. And with 3 gears left, we're gonna fight those Pirate Lasses right now. This is not looking good. This is literally the worst round I ever had here in sudden death. Alright. Let's sell here this part, and now we are going to reverse the maze, otherwise we're running out of gears. And again, we lost a lot of Huntresses. That's ridiculous. So let's reverse the maze for this Pirate Lass. Use the hero. Alright, not necessary. We're gonna close that part. And we're having finally, after a decade, we're having grunts again. Alright guys, one more kill and that just happened, and we have 900 kills after 1 hour and 50 minutes. Not everything went perfect, but we still made it up to 910 kills right now. And I'm hoping that this will continue. As you can see, I was able to recover a little bit in terms of gears, so it doesn't look that extremely bad anymore as it did just before, a couple of seconds ago. But I hope... Alright, that grunt went down. That was all I wanted. And no Pirate Lasses again, I cannot complain, so it looks like we're gonna make it at least towards the 950 kills benchmark. And with those gears we're gonna get from those heavy soldiers, we also might be able to place again here a flamethrower, which we're missing, because I had to sell it since we haven't had enough gears anymore left to complete the loop. So things are again clearing up a little bit, and I'm not talking that much anymore, cause yeah, basically you're gonna see bigger skips because it's just taking a little bit longer. But also I realize that when I'm talking I'm actually losing a lot more focus, and at the moment I'm just fighting for survival basically, which is actually the purpose of Survival Arena. Alright guys, we're getting closer and closer to the 1000 kills mark, because we're having at the moment 949 kills. We're almost 2 hours in battle and we're at round 72 right now, and this is just absolutely absurd. But fortunately for me right now, since no Pirate Lasses are coming in, everything became again pretty easy, so I can handle all of that. And I also managed to rebuild here this flamethrower finally. So now it's again about just getting some more gears, up to 60 gears in our pockets, and then we're gonna place some more Huntresses, and then we're just gonna save up some more gears, and hopefully since we are getting at the moment a lot of grunt waves, we are gonna be able to get our old strength back before we had all of that trouble with the Huntresses and the Pirate Lasses and whatever. You know what I mean. So we are just gonna move forward, and we're getting closer and closer. Alright, I think it looks like we got to double loop them. So we still gotta wait until we finally are able to take them out. But we're getting closer and closer and closer. And yeah, I'm super happy that we finally made it that far. It was like a goal I tried to accomplish for so long, and now finally after wave 74 it's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen any second once those heavy soldiers start to go down. Some of them have still a little bit of health left, but not that much anymore. Actually, we can use the time and close that part right here. Alright, and now the time has come, guys. Ooh, I'm ready for it. I hope you too. 3 more kills, 2 more kills, 1,000 kills, guys. That's what I'm talking about. We finally made it up to 1,000 kills with just this strategy. Like I said before, in League 5, usually like players use way higher tower levels and they still cannot catch up to this score. And it's just incredible, guys. I'm super happy that we finally made it. It didn't look like that, to be honest, after I had this messy face. But yeah, that's all I can say to it. I'm super happy, and now let's see how far we can make it, and if we're actually gonna be able to put up a way higher score than 1,000 kills, because this is absolutely the highest score I ever have done in Sudden Death in each of the versions. It doesn't matter. So yeah, from now on it's gonna be completely new for me, and the only thing that basically can stop you with this loadout is the lack of gears at some point, and we're already struggling with it. Although we are starting to build up some more of them, we're now having 38 gears, although we had like 6 rounds ago or 7 rounds ago just like 3 of them. So we finally also recovered there. Ooh, this is beautiful, guys. I'm super happy that this is actually working out in the first time I'm trying to record it. Like I said, I would have never recorded it another time because 2 hours talking and everything is just too much effort and too time consuming. So that's certainly a relief. It looks like we can continue our journey right now, although I didn't expect that because it didn't look that good. But it's looking at the moment like we're gonna get a bunch of gears right now from those grunts again, so we can finally also increase our reserve in our pocket. And on top of that, we're gonna get a bunch of kills again, which is also pretty nice. So after 2 hours and 30 minutes we are having over 130 kills, I guess it'll be in the end. So this is quite intense. And one other thing I noticed is if we're going into the pause menu, you can see that I'm having at the moment, that I've earned at the moment 662 sky shards. So there's apparently no limit in what you can earn right now here in League 5, which is kind of weird, although they announced it. So maybe they did their mistake or it's a bug, I don't know. But you can still earn gears, which is just absolutely mind-blowing, because I can double that one and get approximately over, let's say, 1,400 gears almost, sky shards. Except if now pirate lads are coming in, but we're having another round of grunts. Oof, guys, this is just ridiculous. We're gonna make our way now towards the 1,050 kills. What the hell? This grunt is going nuts. What is he doing? He's screwing over everything. Literally everything. If I'm gonna lose now because of this grunt, then I'm gonna be... Okay, I cannot be pissed anymore after reaching 1,000 kills. But this is still like ridiculous that this guy is just walking through my towers. What the hell? Alright, now we gotta react quickly, because otherwise it's gonna be... So basically, what we're trying to do is building a maze with accelerated grunts. So that's what exactly what we're gonna do. Come on, stop them, stop them, stop them. No, I didn't want to build it there. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm out of words right now.
Well done.
Ooh, losing because of that. I never thought that I would lose against grunts. Seriously. This is ridiculous. After such a match, losing because a grunt is screwing you over. Are you serious? Alright guys, so despite of that, I hope that you enjoyed this long match basically, which I tried to bring into a smaller video. Of course, you can see I've been playing 2 hours and 17 minutes, 1045 kills, and as a reward we are getting 681 sky shards, which I'm of course gonna double later on. So before we end this video, I just want to make sure that you're aware of the fact that once I publish this video, it'll be a lot harder to get on one of the top ranks, especially if your towers are below the ones of the other players, which is apparently the case here in League 5. So I'd highly appreciate that you'd give this video a like, a thumb up, because I'm putting so much effort into it. I'm sharing here this strategy, and it just means a lot to me that when I see that you're appreciating the work I'm doing. So also let me know about your thoughts about this strategy. Also, are you gonna use it? Of course, it looks like that Tane is essential, like every piece in the strategy, but Tane of course is a little bit harder to get, and not everybody probably has him, but you could also see that there were mechanisms in this base, for example by removing that one mortar, which actually made it possible that pirate lasses will go into one group, and if you're just timing that pretty well, then you can also work without Tane. Of course, then you're not gonna make it that high in comparison to a user who has Tane, because he doesn't need to invest their gears and sell and buy all the time. But still, there is an opportunity for you guys. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, guys. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Have a great day. Peace out.